Yohanes Demartc Kenolly. My student ID is 33190136. I am from group 13. In this video, I want to tell you about techniques and assessment for teaching, speaking, and writing. Techniques and assessment for teaching, speaking, and writing. Definition of techniques is the manner in which technical details are treated as by a writer, or basic physical movements are used. Educational assessment or educational evaluation is the systematic process of documenting and using empirical data on knowledge, skill, attitudes, and beliefs to refine programs and improve student learning. The assessment methods may be categorized into both direct and indirect assessment. Direct assessment methods like portfolios, abandoned assessment, capstone experience or senior projects, examination or standardized tests external to the course, and internship and other field experience. Indirect assessment methods like surveys, exit interviews and focus groups, inventories of syllabi and assignment. As a teacher, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. So here is a range of effective teaching strategies you can use to inspire your classroom practice. I can tell you like visualization, cooperative learning, inquiry-based instruction, differentiation, technology in the classroom, behavior management, and the last, professional development.
How to teach speaking? Speaking is a fundamental language skill. It is a primary way in which we communicate information. As a teacher, however, we must be mindful that speaking involves more than simply using words to articulate what we are thinking. And there is more at play than simply asking students to say the words that they know. Communicative competence. Teaching speaking as a set of competencies. Next specific refers to grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. Though obviously these are necessary for students to communicate what they want to say, discourse and organization of message. Speaking is the skill that the student will be judged upon most in real-life situations. It is an important part of everyday interaction, and most often the first impression of a person is based on his or her ability to speak fluently and comprehensibly. So teacher has a responsibility to prepare students to be able to speak in the real world. Speaking is a skill, just like swimming, driving a car, or playing ping pong. Too often in the traditional classroom, the learning of English has been relegated to linguistic knowledge only. Knowledge of vocabulary and grammar rules with little or no attention paid to practicing language skills. Speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal and non-verbal symbols in a variety of contexts. Speaking is a crucial part of second language learning and teaching, despite important for many years. Teaching speaking has been undervalued, and English language teacher has continued to teach speaking just as a repetition of drill or memorizing of a dialogue. However, today's world, require that the goal of teaching speaking should improve student communicative skill. What is meant by teaching speaking is to ESL learners to produce the English speech sound and sound pattern, use word and sentence stress, intonation pattern and the rhythm of the second language. Select appropriate words and sentence according to the proper social setting, audience, situation, and subject matters. Organize their thought in a meaningful and logical sequence. Use language as means of expressing value and judgment. Use the language quickly and confidently with few unnatural pauses, which is called as fluency. Activity to promote speaking. Discussion. The student may aim to arrive at a conclusion, share idea about an event, or find solution in their discussion group. Before the discussion, it is essential that the purpose of discussion activity is set by the teacher. In this way, the discussion points are relevant to this purpose, so the students do not spend their time chatting with each other about irrelevant things. Role play. Students pretend they are in various social contexts and have a variety of social roles. In role play activity, the teacher gives information to the learners such as who they are and what they think or feel.
And next is simulation. Simulation are very similar to role plays, but what makes simulation different than role plays is that they are more elaborate. In simulation, students can bring items to the class to create a realistic environment. For instance, if a student is acting as a singer, she brings a microphone to sing and so on. And then information gap. One student will have the information that other partner doesn't have, and the partner will share their information. Information gap activities serve many purposes such as solving problem and collecting information. And then brainstorming. On a given topic, students can produce ideas in a limited time. Depending on the context, either individual or group brainstorming is effective and learners generate ideas quickly and freely. And then storytelling. Students can briefly summarize a tale or story they heard from somebody beforehand, or they may create their own stories to tell their classmates. Storytelling fosters creative thinking. It also helps students express ideas in the format of beginning, development, and ending, including the character and setting a story has to have. And then there is a interview, story completion, reporting, playing cards, a picture narrating, picture describing, and find the difference. And how can you improve your speaking skill for yourself? First is find an English speaking conversation partner. Second is make sure to listen as well as speak. Third is record your conversation practice. Fourth is surround yourself with the English language. Fifth is practice with music and movies. Sixth is read aloud. And seven is talk to yourself. And here is the example of a speaking assessment. Okay, the last is techniques and assessment for teaching writing. Writing is a key skill. The ability to put words down on paper is a critical skill for success in college and career, but few students graduate high school as proficient writers. This is example of writing assessment. Hughes 2003:83 suggests that assessing writing involves three issues. 1. Writing tasks should be set that are properly representative of the range of tasks we would expect students to be able to perform. 2. The task should elicit writing that is truly representative of students' writing ability. 3. The samples of writing can be appropriately scored. Many different writing tests can be used to elicit example of students' writing ability. The length of text that students produce should be specified. For example, writing a letter, writing a description of something from a diagram or picture, writing a summary of text, writing on topic to a specified length in words or paragraphs, completing a partially written text, writing a paragraph using a given topic sentence, completing a paragraph, writing a criticism or response to a piece of writing, writing a story based on outline provided. So what is writing? Writing is the process of using symbol, letters of the alphabet, punctuation, and space to communicate thought and ideas in readable form. To write clearly, it is essential to understand the basic system of language. In English, this includes knowledge of grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. Vocabulary is also necessary as is correct spelling and formatting. Maybe this suggestion can help you to out of your free for mistaken. So this is one of the suggestion below about teaching writing. Below about teaching writing. Readers are the best writing teachers. To teach effective writing, we must be effective writers ourselves. Very few native speakers will ever start writing at the top of the first page and continue straight through until they finish at the bottom of the last one. The entire process has a 5 steps, but the first step in writing process is coming up with your thoughts and ideas, known as pre-writing, aka pre-writing. Pre-writing helps students gather ideas and give them a bank of possibilities for their writing. This way, as students write, they don't have to make decisions simultaneously about content and language. And how to generate writing ideas. The first is brainstorming. The object in brainstorming is to compile as large a list as possible of potential examples for a given topic. This is a great activity to do in small groups or with the entire class. Second is free writing. Free writing is an individual activity for getting a thought from your head onto paper. Explain the concept of stream of consciousness to your students and tell them that free writing is simply putting on paper every thought that is going through their heads. Third is a journalistic question. Journalistic question approach a topic in a more structured manner. Start by reviewing the question words who, what, where, when, why, and how. Then for your given topic, ask questions starting with each of these words. Fourth is cluster mapping. Cluster mapping, also called idea webbing, is a great way to show relationship between ideas. Cluster mapping is also part idea generation and part organization, so students will know exactly how to group their ideas once they are ready to write. Flow charting. Flow charting is similar to cluster mapping in that it shows relationship between ideas. However, flow charting is most effective when examining cause and effect relationship. And fifth is a double or triple entry. Double or triple entry is another focused brainstorming activity. This is especially useful when comparing and contrasting two or three topics or when exploring two or three areas of one topic. Maybe that's all. Explanation about technique and assessment for speaking and writing. Okay, see you, goodbye.